At 2:47 in the morning, Lena's phone didn't just vibrate, it convulsed, a furious tremor that sent it skittering across the nightstand, flooding the room in a cold, sterile blue light. She woke up drenched in sweat, her heart hammering against her ribs, a frantic drum in the suffocating silence. It had been only a week since her mother had lost her battle with cancer. Just 1 week. In the haze of grief, Lena hadn't found the strength to delete her number. Now, staring at the glowing screen, she saw a new contact. The name was a chilling impossibility. Mom +1. The profile picture was a blurry photo of her mother standing by a window, a picture Lena had taken herself. But the eyes were wrong. They weren't her mother's warm, kind eyes. They were bottomless black pits, as if scorched from within, two voids staring out from a familiar face. With a trembling hand, Lena tapped the screen. She didn't call the contact, she called it back. The dial tone was not the clean digital pulse she expected. It was a long, drawn-out hum, thick and wet, like a sound bubbling up from deep underground through layers of damp earth. It stretched for an eternity before clicking into absolute silence. And then, a voice. Her own voice, but broken, distorted by the ragged, dying gasp of someone struggling for their last breath. "Don't answer," her own voice rasped. "It's already inside." A choked sob escaped Lena's lips. "Mom, is that you?" The voice on the line ignored her, continuing with a horrifying, gurgling sound in her throat, the sound of fluid filling lungs. "It can hear you. Lock the door." The line went dead, leaving only the echo of her own breathing in the room, a ragged, shallow pant, like a swimmer about to go under. 47 seconds passed, an eternity measured in heartbeats. Then the phone rang. The screen blazed to life. Mom +1. The vibration wasn't just a buzz, it was a low thrum that seemed to resonate in her very bones. A spider web of cracks spread across the glass, though she hadn't dropped it, hadn't even touched it. The warning from the call, her own desperate plea, screamed in her mind. She swiped to decline, her thumbs slick with sweat. The call immediately returned, this time with a notification banner across the top. "Mom knows you're alone." It rang a third time. Panic gave her a surge of adrenaline. She ripped the back off the phone, tore out the SIM card, and threw it across the room. She held the power button down until the screen went black. For a moment, there was blessed silence. Then, the phone lit up again. No power, no SIM, just a screen glowing a sinister blood red. Black letters flashed in the dark. "Pick up the phone." The panic became a tidal wave. Lena scrambled out of bed, slammed her bedroom door shut, and fumbled with the lock. She flicked on every light switch, flooding the room with a harsh artificial glare that did nothing to banish the shadows. In the dresser mirror, her reflection was a pale, terrified ghost. And behind her, just for a second, a flicker of movement in the darkened hallway. A sharp rap on the wall next to her head. 1, 2, 3. It wasn't the sound of a fist. It was a dry, scraping sound, like long nails dragging slowly down the plaster. The phone on her bed spoke, its speaker crackling to life on its own. It was her mother's voice, but thin and stretched, laced with the static of a bad connection. "Daughter, it's in your blood. I tried to leave, but it brought me back." A scream tore from Lena's throat, raw and primal. She grabbed the phone and hurled it against the opposite wall. It shattered on impact, the screen exploding into 1,000 tiny shards. But the horror wasn't over. From the splintered remains of the screen, a thin black slime began to ooze out. It crept across the floorboards, glistening in the light, carrying a sickeningly sweet stench of decay and antiseptic. The smell of the hospital room where her mother had died. The next morning, her friend Maya found her. Lena was huddled in the corner of her room, knees drawn to her chest, rocking back and forth, her eyes wide and vacant. The apartment was immaculate. The lights were off. And on the nightstand, perfectly intact, sat her phone. A brand new model, without a single scratch. Maya picked it up. In the contacts, there it was. Mom +1. And in the call log, a single missed call, time-stamped at 2:47 a.m. Lena told her everything, her voice a hoarse whisper. She was warning me. She tried to warn me. Maya stayed with her until nightfall, trying to rationalize, to soothe. She promised to come back in the morning, and she did. But this time she brought the police. The apartment was unlocked. Lena was gone. The only things left behind were a dark, sticky puddle of black slime on the floor, and Lena's phone. The screen was on, displaying a single, newly taken photograph. It showed Lena staring directly into the camera. But she wasn't alone. Standing behind her, with its hands on her shoulders, was a figure with her mother's face, and its eyes were in endless, consuming darkness. They say the +1 isn't a country code. It's not an extension. It's a promise. It's the extra minute of life you are granted, a minute you will spend in hell before you die. It's your own voice calling from beyond the grave, begging the ones you love not to make the same mistake. But if they answer, your loved one does come back. They are not alone, and they bring with them the thing that now waits inside of you every night at 2:47, and it already knows your address.